Hola, and welcome to episode 104 of Word to Your Mama. Word to Your Mama is a podcast about the life of a Latina mama, that is me, and the lives of my amazing multicultural tribe, a celebration of shared experiences navigating this dynamic world. There will be special guests, mad laughs, and absolutely no BS. Nabi is our motto. Segments by the Supernatural Bear, that's my little man, he's 10 going on 40, but other than that, this podcast will be explicit. Please believe it. And why do I have a dope range of peeps from the music, art, and Web3 industries? It's because I come from that. And today, our special guests, plural, are the hip hop advocates. Hip hop advocates son mis hermanos from, I'm part of the Latina Podcasters Network. They are part of our our brother network, Latino Pods. And today we have all three. We are blessed to have all three of the hip hop advocates. They are a hip hop group, but they also have a podcast by the same name. So we got John Figz, Dela Music Erupt. And they are hailing from the largest borough in New York, a.k.a. Queens. And they discuss their origins, how Queens is one of the most diverse places in the world. If you let Erupt tell you, it might be where man came from. We'll see. You'll hear that discussion. And then we start talking about when they decided to take music seriously, we talk about rapper versus MC. When they started the podcast, we discussed their latest EP. Of course, I have links to all of that. If they know what a gap house is, if they can give their top 3 MCs and or an album that has no skips, and then the current state of Off the Dome in cyphers. Also so much more. It was good times having them. It's been a long time coming. As soon as I got onto the network, they've always been hardcore supporters, always, liking, commenting, all that stuff. I see the work that they put in. Their podcast is audio, but it's also visual. And they always have special guests on, different MCs, and they get into it. So let's get into this. All the time. We just had a
sounds like podcast talk right here, yo. What we doing?
I know. What the fuck? Okay, sorry. I get excited. Oh, but no, I'm recording. We're good. Okay, we're recording. I'll put some of this in here. Okay. So let's start the way I always start. Well, you know what? First, because it's 3 of you fools, so people understand whose voice is who, because they're not seeing this. I'll have snippets, but it's voice only mostly. Introduce yourself so they can hear your voice. Por favor.
All right, so I'll take it first. My name is Dela Music. I'm part of the Hip Hop Advocates. We do music and we have a show. It comes out everywhere, the Hip Hop Advocates show. And I have my 2 guys right here.
My name's Erupt, the one and only. I don't want to give X-rated, but you know how the rest say. You heard our first episode.
I did. You can say it. It's hilarious.
Erupt to put it in the butt like what?
God damn it.
Yeah. That was vivid, a vivid picture he painted.
And we got Hulk Hogan here.
I had time. I was John Figz. Juan Figueroa, if you're nasty. Yo, listen, guys. They can't see me anyway, so.
And just because you said that, I'm gonna take a snippet. I'm gonna post. I'm just playing.
Listen, I was rushing. I had the kids. I had a shower. And oh my God, getting ready. It's daddy duties is not easy.
Love it. Okay, so now you guys have a sense of they're from New York. They have kind of like the same kind of voice, but you have a sense of who they are. So I just want to start off by saying, how are you guys doing? ¿Cómo están?
Estamos bien.
Tranquilo, trabajando como siempre.
Grinding. The grind never stops.
The grind
And we're
never.
from New York, like you said. We're from New York, and you know, we're hustling. We always hustling. If it's not one thing, it's another. You know, always hustling.
And real quick, we just want to thank you for inviting us to your show. We always see you grinding on Instagram. We always try to stop and show love to you because you always have great content, you know? So that's one thing.
Gracias, man. Same to you guys. Like, I appreciate it. Like, you guys always come through, comment, or do whatever. So I appreciate it. And, you know, in the intro, I talk about how we're, you know, somos hermanos. We're part of the Latina podcasters, Latino pods crew. And, you know, we got to support each other. But so let's start off. You guys are from New York. You guys are from Queens. And I didn't know until one of your episodes that Queens is the largest borough in New York.
It's the largest borough. It is. And the most diverse. That's the most diverse place on earth.
Yeah.
And the prettiest borough.
And Erupt, did you say that's where man came from or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I was about to say that.
Civilization.
It wasn't Africa, it was Queens.
It was Queens.
That's where the human race began.
Wow.
You didn't know. You didn't know I had deep cuts.
So we're from, like, we're raised in Corona. I was born and raised in Corona. We all grew up in Corona in the same neighborhood. Like, we all lived like blocks away from each other.
Right.
We all got. I mean, me and Figz are cousins. Me and Dela Music are best friends from high school. So that's how we all really like linked up as far as musically. Like, we used to always hang out at Dela Music's house and mess around, record on a desktop. Like, you know, terrible audio. We still have the old like songs that we used to do when we were like 18 years old. Like,
sounds horrible.
You have to release that.
Was shit, but the potential was there.
That's amazing. That's actually one of the questions I had for you. But first, you know I heard that you guys are first gen. I don't want to assume because you guys are from New York, but where are your families from? Like, where are you? What's the origins? What's the heritage?
Yeah, all our parents were born in Dominican Republic.
Oh, so Dominicano, see? Because you know, as a non-New Yorker, you automatically go to Boricua, right?
Puerto Rican, yeah.
Thanks. I get that a lot too because I'm light skinned. I know Figz, you get that a lot. You get that a lot?
We get that shit.
Yeah, we got Puerto Rican. And at first, I'll be honest with you, when I was younger, I would catch offense to it just because that was the thing to do, to be honest with you. But after I got older and wiser, I felt like, yo, we're very similar. We're the same people. Why would I even get offended about that?
Yeah, once you start like being around other cultures, you start understanding.
Yeah. With me, it got to a point where I would get it so much that I started practicing their accent.
Let me hear something.
I was practicing the name. Oh yeah, nene. You know, and I was freaking it. For, you know, it was. Yeah, by the end of the day, we're all the same. It's the same thing. You know, we come from the same cloth. We come from the same cloth, if you think about it. You know, the Africans, the Spaniards, the Tainos, that's us. So the Caribbean. So yeah.
So like in Queens, maybe it's changed since you guys, you know, were kids, but I know it's a mix. That's what I hear. I have people, you know, fam that are from Queens, and they say how diverse it is. But it's super diverse, but is it more Dominicanos? Is it more Boricua from out of those two? In Queens,
you could go, like, it's crazy. Like Corona, where we're from, when we grew up, it was heavily Dominican. And then it started becoming a lot more Mexican, Ecuadorian,
Mexicans,
Salvadorian, South American. And then you could go like 15 blocks over. Now you're in Jackson Heights. That's Colombian. That's Colombian old territory right
hardcore.
There. You know, you go down, you know, certain areas, there's a lot of Peruvians out here too. Yeah. It's heavy. Like, it's crazy. Like the diversity is nuts.
Yeah, go down Stanway, then you go to Astoria. There's more Middle Eastern, right? More Mediterranean, Egyptian, Greek,
Romanian, Greek.
Yeah. But you're talking about all like walkable distance, like
yeah.
I mean, it'll be a long ass walk, but you can walk it.
Flushing, you got, you know, the Chinese,
yeah,
Koreans,
Jewish.
What's Elmhurst?
Elmhurst is, you could say Colombian. It's probably like a mix, Colombian, Dominican, because it's like right on the border.
East Elmhurst is more African American.
Yeah,
remember Andrew used to live around there.
East Elmhurst. But now it's just everything's it's a melting pot. Everything's
all
mixed and matched. Yeah.
That was my first time ever in New York in 1999. And we stayed at my homeboy spot, and it was in Elmhurst, Queens. And we were like, oh, Queens is far as fuck. Like, as far as like to Manhattan, we had no idea. But you know, now I'm knowing. So, you know, you guys mentioned how you guys met, cousins, best friends and stuff, and you guys messed around as far as like music, because probably that was like the thing to do. But when did it get serious about music? When it was like, let's get together, let's really do this shit?
Probably like 2005. Around 2005 is like when we started like hitting up studios. Figz was already like doing his own thing. He had his own crew with like his boys from high school. He had his own thing going on. And I would always like, yo, come through. Like, yo, we just writing. Let's fuck around. Let's make some shit. And he would come to the music crib and just fuck with us. Because Figz was always just down to rap. He just wanted to rap. He didn't give a fuck who it was with. Where was that? He just wanted to rhyme. He didn't care.
Forget the business. It's not about the business. It's about the craft.
I love that.
I mean, he really inspired us. Like, he really is the one who like got us like hyped into it, because we were following his direction.
Right.
Everything that he was doing with the music, he was already going to studios and collaborating with a lot of people.
He actually took us to our first studio, because before that we were recording in my room. That's when I started learning how to engineer, how to use a computer for music. And he was like, yo, I think it's time that we take it, you know, to the next level. And he took us to Alex Sterling. This is like the 5th time we probably mentioned this shit. Alex Sterling in the city, Manhattan.
That dude, his ears are ringing. Huh?
Yeah, right. And it was our first experience, you know, and it was great because we only been in my room, and now we're in a room. We're in a studio where he's recording live bands. So he had a bunch of instruments all over the place. There's like this real like nerdy looking white boy, you know, shout out to him. And from there we just went on. Then we found our home, which is at Heads Up Studio. No, what were they calling it?
Que te ve.
We got our engineer, we got our home, and we even started paying half of the rent. So it made that studio half ours. So that was definitely home. And from there we just took it.
Shout out to O Incredible.
Yeah, brother O. He's the one that really mastered our sound for us. And once we started really like putting projects together, and we found him, like we're like, yo, this is our guy right here. We don't want to fuck with nobody else, because he just gave us a great vibe when he would record, and his input. You know, he was always giving us feedback, like, you know, constructive criticism. Like we're always open to people, you know, the good and the bad. Some people don't handle that shit. And that's why we even like our brother O Incredible, we fell in love with him, like, you know, from the jump, because we were so open with each other about it.
Nice.
You know, the good and the bad.
You guys vibed.
Yeah, we vibed.
We
vibed all right.
You know the vibes. So after that was when we started doing shows. So that right there was like, look, we're doing shows, we're traveling, we're doing shows in the city, we're doing shows in the boroughs, we're traveling. We went to Boston, we're doing shows in Boston. So it was like, this could really happen. You know, and this is pre-internet, pre-social media era.
Yeah.
So MySpace time.
MySpace was just starting. MySpace was just starting.
I had it in my top 8, you heard?
Yeah. And then,
right.
Then it got to like people getting offended, and then you had to get like top 32.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Totally. People are getting offended. But you know what I always talk about when we talk about MySpace? What I loved about it is it made all of us learn like basic HTML. Right? Like if you wanted to freak your page, it was like, oh, how did this go? I don't know but if you do this code,
Yes.
like we were all like learning basic shit. I love that. So Dela, you're a producer, but because I've seen we'll talk about your guys' latest, single, but So you do music too? Who does you do the beats?
I do, yeah. I produce beats, but I also rap as well. We rhyme. We say we rhyme. We rhyme. We MC. We don't like to use the word rapper too much because it's too watered down nowadays.
Yeah.
And
yes,
for sure. I used to do all the beats. Me and Erupt were in a group, still in a group. Now we're in a big group. But I used to make all the beats for us, and for Figz too. I was gonna say until he has so many aliases, it's not even.
Mr. Alias.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, our boy Maniac too was one of our. It was all the beats we ever used, all original beats from either Dela Music, Maniac, all incredible.
In-house, we had the in-house producers.
Nice.
Yeah, we had all in-house producers. We rarely went out, and people always gave us beats, but we mostly stuck to our sound.
And if someone else gave you some beats that wasn't from in-house, wasn't part of your crew, and you were vibing with it, you would roll with it, or is it just you just trying to stick with this, with your people?
Nah, if it's dope, if it's hard, we rock. We rock to whatever. We don't give a fuck. We're not picky, but especially at that time though. Like we said, it was before pre-internet. We were like heavy in the studio for the music back in like the late 2000, 2005 to like 2011, you could say. Like we would just rock with our own shit. There wasn't really a way to send music back and forth.
No email. Yeah, there was email.
But
the files were hella big. Like you couldn't. Yeah.
Wave files are no good to send.
Exactly.
AOL.
Everybody was doing their own thing. It was kind of like, it was a little clicky. Everybody had their own cliques. So everybody was doing their own thing. We were doing our thing. Everybody else doing their own thing. So the whole, intermission wasn't really happening. It wasn't as much. So we had our own thing. We already had an engineer. We had producers. We had the rhymes.
That's all we needed. Out. Yeah,
exactly.
Sure. So you guys are, doing the shows. You guys are putting out music. And I know from the research that I did, it looks like the Hip Hop Advocates as a podcast, as a show. I'll have all the links, of course, in the show notes. It's also great to it's a visual. You can listen to it. I've listened to episodes, but I also like seeing you guys, because you guys are in studio with your guests and everything. You have a nice setup. I like the little titles and the little, whatever those things are called, the little bottom things. But why did you decide to do the podcast? It's like a year, right? Are we talking about a little over a year?
Be 2 years. In December will be 2 years.
Oh, it'll be 2 years. Because I guess maybe on YouTube it only goes back a year.
Does it? Shit.
It's probably been like a year and a half, going on close to 2.
Nah, December. December's gonna be 2 years. December 2020, we dropped the first episode.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, you'll see it way different than what it is.
It was dark.
Well, I saw that first episode 1. I thought that was that was it changed. The quality changed.
Yeah, with time, we kept, getting ideas every episode, and eventually got to after like the 4th or 5th one, we were like, let's start bringing guests. People are gonna get tired of hearing us, talking amongst each other. Like, let's start bringing people in. Like, that's how you grow a crowd and grow a community.
Yeah.
We upgraded our lights. We upgraded our cameras. I upgraded the editing. I got way better with that.
Oh, so you do all the editing?
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Thank you. So we ask people for criticism. Our engineer, he'll watch it. He's pretty blunt with it.
as he should be.
Right. We know how to take it. We know it's coming from a good place. So we just learn. We're not, like Erupt said, we're not the type of people to take criticism and think anything negative of it. We just want to build and get better. And that's what we've been doing, thank God.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, going on 2 years next month. So I wanted to ask, do you guys listen to, I haven't listened or watched all your episodes, so maybe you guys answered this before, but do you guys listen to non-boom bap hip hop, like the same genre that you're in?
I do.
Rob does.
I listen to everything.
You listen to everything?
He loves drill music. He loves
You love drill music?
Hell no, I hate that shit.
False.
Unless, but no, don't get me wrong. There's artists that know how to rhyme, flow on it. But majority of them is dudes that really shouldn't be rapping, period. But for the I love down south music.
I
love trap. I love fucking West Coast shit. I love all over. I've always been I remember the first down south group I ever got into was 3 6 Mafia in
classic
junior high. This is fucking 2001. No. 97, 96. Yeah.
You were in junior high in 1997?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I was 12. But that was
feel real
that
old
was
right
that was
now.
my introduction to down south music was 3 6 Mafia. When they first blew up.
Yeah.
So and Trick Daddy,
the best classics.
Classic. UGK.
Yes.
UGK Bumpy and got rest in peace. Forgot his partner's name.
Pimp C.
Pimp C. Yeah, man, he was the real one. Are you from Houston? You from Houston?
No, I'm not from Houston. I'm from Cali, California.
Oh, you from Cali?
Yeah. So West Coast, but I love all that. But I love all the genres of all the areas. I feel especially if it's whatever is hard from each area, I gravitate towards it. I love that.
Drake. I'm a Canada head. I'm the biggest.
I don't know about Drake, man.
Biggest Drake fan.
This episode of Word to Your Mama is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. So I think we've all been to birthday parties at McDonald's, if you think about it. Am I right? Especially us Gen Xers. Back in the days, for my experience, we didn't have much. But on the rare occasion, someone in our community or someone from my school would have a birthday party. They would have it at McDonald's. And it would be hella special because we got the little Happy Meal with the gift. But it wasn't our birthday, but we still got a little gift. And all the crew members that worked at McDonald's, it was people that we saw in the neighborhood or even people that we knew. So I think McDonald's crew members might throw more birthday parties than any other employees in the world. And I think that's pretty special when you can see people from your community be a part of it. So yeah, I'm loving it.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Many of us have heard of the devastating passing of Hurricane Fiona through Puerto Rico, but not many of us know of ways, or better yet, trustworthy ways to help and contribute to those in need. Fiona a través de los ojos de los niños is an NFT project featuring art made by children of the nonprofit school Flor de Loto in Ponce, Puerto Rico. Through their drawings, they've expressed their feelings and fears which they went through the hurricane. You can help these children, their school, families, and communities by minting one of their NFTs at helppr.xyz. You can also help by sending crypto directly to their wallet listed on the website or do a donation through PayPal. The links can be found in the description. And to learn more about this initiative and how you can help, please visit helppr.xyz or via Twitter at helpprflm.
Ayuda a tus hijos y estudiantes a llegar más lejos. Aprende más sobre la beca nacional Hacer de McDonald's. Desde 1985, McDonald's ha otorgado más de $33 millones en becas. Gánate una beca de hasta $100,000. McDonald's está dando $500,000 en becas este año. Puedes ganar una de 30 becas. Hoy día, es importante seguir adelante y hacer más. A ayudar a estudiantes hispanos a hacer más que las generaciones anteriores. Hacer más de lo que se creen capaz. Hacer más de lo que pensaban que era posible. Por sí mismos, por su gente, por su cultura, por un mejor futuro. Para más información sobre la beca nacional ACED de McDonald's, visita mcdonalds.com/ACED. Aprende más.
Dancing crew, trip for two, nailed the final interview. Game with Doug, brand new mug. Come here, kid, give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. Boosters designed for COVID-19 variants are now available. If you've had your primary series, schedule an updated COVID-19 booster appointment as soon as you're eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
I don't know. You know what I'll say? Drake, quality hooks, catchy ass hooks. I'll give him that. Everything else, pass. But hooks for days. Hooks for days. So when I first joined, the Latina Podcasters Network, and I saw you guys, I think we had like our first town hall meeting. We used to have these town hall meetings. It was like a Zoom situation. And I saw, hip hop advocates. Oh, I'm going to check them out. And the first episode, and I can't remember what episode it was. And I think I hit you guys up because I remember I was cooking. I was listening to, I wasn't watching, I was listening. So I didn't know who said it because it was my first time ever. But you guys were talking about Jesus and Mero, and one of you guys said Jesus and Montero, and I was crying.
Oh, no, yeah.
No man right here.
I called them Jesus.
I was crying. I was like, I got to tell them. This is fucking great.
Remember that.
It's so good because, especially because you guys are from Queens. One of my fan members that I talk to almost on the daily, he's from Queens. So like, it just was, I was like telling him, you got to listen to these dudes are from your hood. Da, 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 da. Okay. So let's talk about your latest single. I believe it's your latest, Merry Go Round.
That was the first one we dropped.
Yeah. We got the video out, and we've been performing that track all over. We've done a few live shows, and it's been really good. People are receiving it very well. It's boom bap. It's just lyrics. It's just no hook. It's just us going in, doing what people want. It's pretty much it. You guys can see the videos out now. Shit.
Yeah, I'll have links to all of that. And are you guys making an EP, a full album? What's happening?
Yeah, it's
the EP's out.
Yeah, it's on the EP. The EP's out. The Hip Hop Advocates. It's self-titled, the Hip Hop Advocates EP.
Yep.
It's on. It's everywhere. You can stream it anywhere. It's on our link and IG on Linktree. Go right to there.
Sweet.
We got, even though all our music is on there, but right now that's the first project we put out as the Hip Hop Advocates music. We have
what are you guys called? You guys, Dela and Erupt. What are you guys called? Just you two.
Dela Music Erupt.
Yeah.
The original was Stilo and Erupt.
It used to be Stilo and Erupt.
Yeah.
And now it's Dela and Erupt.
Stilo. Enhanced it. We wanted to enhance the name.
So it was a good experience working together and putting out the Hip Hop Advocates and on this EP. So we can expect more.
Oh, definitely. We're always planning and writing and coming up with different ideas for songs. So there's always more. We got a bunch of songs too that we never put out that are still, we got them in the tuck.
And we have the second single that's out now, which is Take One. We also have an amazing video, that's my favorite all-time video. We went all over. We went to Queens, we went to Brooklyn, and we shot different locations, and it's fucking gritty. Like it's gritty. Like I'm wearing army pants. I'm like, we're trying to murder somebody, like on the scene. We broke into different spots where we're not supposed to. We could have called the cops on us, but we did it just for the shot, just for the viewers, just for the fans. And we wanted quality stuff. And that's what we got. Quality stuff, God damn it.
Love it. All right, so let's get into the questions and comments from the audience.
Ooh.
Yes. because you guys are from Queens, I thought it was only right. It was only respectful to get the questions and comments from a Queens native. I believe he's from Corona también. So let's see the first question. And you know, you may or may not know this because I know there's a significant age gap, I believe, but we're going to see. First question. Do you know what a gap house is? And if you do, which was your favorite one to shop at? I see your head shaking. Yes.
A gap house is a house where they would sell clothes on the low. And there was one, oh my God, right by the pizza shop on the corner of 103rd and between Roosevelt and what is that? Damn, what avenue is that? 35th?
39. You know, 35th and 37th?
Yeah, between 30. Yeah, there was a Gap House right there by the pizza shop. You know the pizza shop on the corner? There's a beauty supply.
What was the name of the person? What was the name of the person? Do you remember the name of the person?
I can't disclose that. I can't disclose that.
Good.
And there was one on 109 too, next to Nick's crib. I could say that one. They don't do that anymore. But
is there one or was there one on 102nd and National?
Corona, yes. By Corona Avenue, yes. Yes. Ooh,
and there was one on Warren Street by Junction Avenue, too.
Yeah.
Rudy's house.
She's all over.
They're all over. They're all over.
Okay,
wow,
so
that's a throwback, yo. That's a throwback right there.
Yeah,
wow.
That's quality. I went quality. Yeah, so that was the second question. He's like, did you ever cop Jordans from Marcel on 102nd and National?
And that National by the dog. Yeah, the Dominican dude by the car. Yeah, on the trunk of the car.
Yes, the trunk of the car. And then he was saying something like, if you had his, from back in the days, if you had it, only a couple of people had his pager and he would let you know like ahead of time.
Shout out to Off the Mental. Our big bro. That's my big bro, right? He's the one. He used to take me, and it was like that. You had to page him. It was on the low, and you know it was.
You gotta know somebody.
To know somebody that knows somebody.
We would cop sneakers from him. Wow, throwback.
So this is from Kano, kid from Queens, amazing artist and animator, a good friend of mine, Familia. He's also been on the show. So that's special questions and comments from the audience for you guys. How to keep it within, the borough, the region.
Wow. We got to link up with that brother.
Yeah, you do. Especially next time he goes back out there. So I'm sure you guys are saying all these names and these streets, and I'm sure he's listening to this hella hyped, because he knows all the streets and the things that you're saying. But yeah, so that's fun. Good times. Okay, so let's get into the not so rapid fire questions, the AKA slow as hell questions. So the first one, I modified it because it's you guys, right? Changed it up for you guys, made it special. So we're going to go just one by one. So you have choices. It's either give your top 3 MCs or give us an album that has no skips.
No skips or skits?
No skips. Like from beginning, from intro to outro, you don't skip any because it's that quality. It's that good.
I think you said skits. I was like, damn, that's going to be hard.
No, because they all got skits. You have to have skits.
I can answer that right now for you guys, man. I'm a big DMX fan. It's dark and
Dela. This is Dela Music right now.
It's dark and hell is hot. Oh my God. I can't. I'm not even gonna get into it because it will be a 5-hour show. But if anybody hasn't checked that out, please go. There's a lot of energy, too much energy. Hey, yo, dog, where we at? That's it right there. Who got it after me, man?
The infamous Mob. Woo. The Mob Deep album, their second album.
No skips, for sure.
I used to go to sleep listening to it sometimes.
Yeah, damn. Those are two dope albums. I'm gonna have to go with Illmatic.
Woo! Yeah, classic.
I was leaving Capital Punishment for you, kid.
Nah. Before I was gonna say Capital Punishment, of course, but Illmatic is is there's no skips. It don't matter.
No skips. Yeah, that's real. That's real. So nobody was gonna try to tackle top 3 MCs because that's too hard.
You know why? It's harder than it seems, and
Top
that's why
5 is hard. Top 5 is hard. Yeah. That's why I made it harder with top 3. So I was like, let me give him options.
You put everybody through that every episode.
I know. That's why I wanted to ask you guys.
Keep in mind, DMX, Jay-Z, Eminem.
Top 3. Okay.
Bold
enough to do it. Bold enough to do it. What was yours, John?
No, I said que la cagó con Jay-Z.
Damn.
Oh, hot takes. Let's dig in deep to that. What are we talking about? I thought all New Yorkers had to put Jay-Z in the top 3.
Now we divided. It's either Nas or Jay-Z. You can't pick both.
Exactly. I love that answer.
Yo, you got it with Jay. Yo, there's been friendships that has been dissolved because of that shit.
Oh, I bet. That's serious business.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's serious business.
Pun Nas and Coogee Rap.
I would have to say Nas. I would have to say Jadakiss.
Outside.
And I gotta say Eminem.
Okay. Yeah. 2 Eminems up over there. 2 Eminems up in the top 3.
I'm gonna replace my Eminem with Big Pun.
Okay. He raised his hand. How cute. Okay, I love it. You guys did them both. Thank you so much. That was dope. Okay, let's go to the second question. Whoever wants to go first, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Ooh, never be a follower.
Next.
I got one.
My dad, after he smacked me across the head.
Because you were following somebody?
For hanging out with the wrong people. He didn't like me. He didn't like me hanging out with. But they're still my friends to this day.
Damn it. You gave your $1,000 for no reason. All right, I got a good one.
Okay.
Perfection is the enemy of completion.
Yes.
Damn, who the fuck told you that?
That shit the hard way, man. Making beats, like you want to perfect it so much. You're working on it for 5 hours and you're still working on it. You want to make it perfect, but it already sounds good. But in your brain, you're like, but I can make it better. I can make it better. And I learned the hard way, like, yo, bro, just, it's good like that. Like, let it go. Yes. And, you know, I incorporate that in the editing because the editing is the same thing. You want to just keep editing it, make it better, put it more dazzle into it, but you got to learn how to just let it go. Even shaving. Sometimes I want to make a 59, and then I sneeze and I fuck the whole shit up. I'm like, damn.
You go lower.
You gotta go even lower.
You gotta go lower. So,
shit happened to me last week. I was good on one end, and I was like, all right, let me get lower. I gotta get close to this side. And then I went too low. I gotta go lower.
Perfection is the enemy of completion.
I love that, and that's really good for any type of creative, right? Writer, artist, any type of artist, because we can get super stuck in our shit. So that's a good one. And John?
Amigo es el peso en el bolsillo.
What is that? Like a two, one in the hand is like 2 in the bush?
Two what? Two in the pinker, 1 in the stinker? What? No, that's a Spanish. That was my mother. She's basically, it's an old Dominican saying, like friends, like, you know, your only friends are like dollars in your pocket. I don't know. It just sounds weird in English.
Yeah, but what is what is the meaning behind it? Like,
you can't be trusting everybody.
Yeah.
Got it.
You can't be trusting everybody. You could trust more. You could trust your dollars more than you could trust certain people.
Oh, got it. I like that.
Some people, you know.
And I got one more for y'all. This is it.
Shit.
No more gems for me. The next one. Yo, later you know, sometimes later becomes never.
Mm.
That's what I did.
I like that too. For sure. I like them all. But yes.
Don't procrastinate.
Don't procrastinate. Just do it now. Just do it. That's basically.
Life is too short. Just do it.
Just do it. Okay. 2 more questions for each of you. Which is your go-to song to get you hyped?
The thinker right there.
All right, I'll say right now today, Bugatti by El Alfa.
What is it?
Bugatti by El Alfa.
Okay. I don't know that. I'm going to look it up. And while you guys are thinking about it, I see you guys thinking, what we're going to do is I'm going to add it to the Word to Your Mama guest hype song playlist.
Yeah.
And then, whoever's on the latest ones get put up to the top. And I think, like I said before, last episode, I think we're at 5 hours worth of music. We got everything. We got hip hop, salsa, rock, hardcore. We got all of it because we have different types of guests. So we don't have that song Erupt for sure.
That one's gonna shake.
You get me? And what else? You said 2 songs?
1 song.
No, 1 song.
Just 1 song, but each of you guys, like, what's your hype song? Your hype, get you hype song.
Twins by Big Pun and Fat Joe, which originally was from Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Deep Cover 98. That one gets me hype.
Nice. I don't have that track on there. So
Twins.
Nice.
Get Twins on that.
All right, so what gets a pep in my step is Nas Represent. Represent,
I think that might be on there, but if not, Nas is for sure on there multiple times, for sure. But I like that song. That's a classic, for sure.
Definitely.
Straight up shit is real and anything could be your last in the jungle. Get murdered on the humble because the blast niggas tumble.
So are you guys rhyming all the time? Like in the shower, when you guys are driving?
Yeah. I know I am. It's so crazy. My kids will rhyming. They'll make a song about anything because I'll make a song about anything.
That's cute.
I do it a lot when I'm driving.
So before we go to the last question, I just remember something else that I wanted to ask you guys because you guys kind of touched upon it on like a post maybe. Off the top, off the dome, can it be pre-written? Where do we think? What school of thought are we at? When you guys, I don't know if you guys dip into that, are you guys ever in cyphers? But when you guys see them, what are the rules? Have they changed? When I grew up, when I was in the thick of it, because I did publicity promotions for underground hip hop. Off the dome meant no pre-written shit. You could tell. So what is the school of thought here, guys?
Damn.
It's changed.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays
it's all written.
A lot of people do a lot more of the written, and that's more like we do it for practice. When we do it, more to like practice something that we wrote. But there's certain times too that we'll just go off the top. But there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes it sounds ill, sometimes it sounds like trash. But
it's a skill set. It's a skill set. Not everyone could do that. Like not everyone. Might not be in your wheelhouse. Like. You're not the dude that's going to jump into every cipher you see. And I don't, excuse me.
I will. I know Figz will. I know he will.
When you guys are out and about or just, in the neighborhood, are there a lot of ciphers nowadays? Like, I don't know how it is out there anymore.
We start the ciphers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really in the environment. If you're like at a hip hop show, if you're like around the studio, if you're at your boy's house and he does music, there will be ciphers. And to add to what you're saying, when it comes to that, nowadays, everything is usually recorded. Somebody has a camera phone now. Nobody wants to look whack. Nobody wants to.
That's real. That's real.
And everything. So that's where the rhymes that you have written come in the tuck. So a little gem for niggas that don't know. So they know, but they don't. So you will start off with freestyle. Hey, yo, I'm over here in the lab. Yo, don't laugh. and you hit it with the written bars, you know, throw it in there, and then you might finish with some freestyle, and that will sound real legit and it will sound good. And if you're being recorded, you will be looking like the fucking man.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good point, Dela. I haven't thought about that. Like back in the days, we didn't have cell phones. Nobody was being recorded. So it was just by memory, by sight. Like if you were there, but it was word meant something, right? Because you had witnesses. But now you have like the cameras and everything. So nobody wants, like you said, no one wants to look bad. No one wants to look whack. So that makes sense. You got to have the written, like you said, at the ready.
Let me tell you,
if you ever get asked.
I've witnessed like Figz. That's one thing. Like Figz was still is, but that's one thing. Like I wish back in the day we had more cameras and the phones, because this dude used to go off for hours. I've witnessed it myself. He'll go off for like 2 hours straight and just ride, like nothing written, just going off the top and talking, making fun of,
people around him,
shit that's going on. And it was all off the top because he was talking about what was going on right there.
He blanks out, his eyes turn white. And
but the major thing about it is the major thing. But the major thing about it that he used to do it. So he's, there'll be a beat and he'll be on beat with it. So you think it's written.
Yeah.
You'll see what he's talking about. You're like, nah, this shit is right. Like he's just going with it. He's just going with the fuck around.
My thing is I can't remember none of my writtens, especially if I'm drinking or we getting nice. I cannot remember. So I have to freestyle. I have no choice.
That's the thing. You can get so locked into a zone when you're freestyling that you can go off and it'll sound like that's the best shit to me. When I see somebody, that's why I love, like, even if we gotta ignite it, but I love just seeing a cypher and then finding somebody just go off for fucking 2 minutes.
Yeah,
crazy as shit.
That's Figz right there.
That's the shit that when it comes to hip hop, like the real shit, real MCs, like that's the shit that impresses me the most.
Yes.
That go off like that, like,
and we come across newer artists, and they'll say no, but I don't freestyle. I've witnessed it myself. Like I'll start freestyling, and I'll be like, "Yo, pass it. Who's next?" And they'll be like, "I'm not rapping. No, I don't freestyle. I'm not freestyling for free. I'm not rapping for free." Like it's like, damn. Yeah. It's a business now, right? Yeah, it's not about the culture, the art, the having fun. Mm-hmm. It's a what is it? A quick come up scheme or whatever it is. Get rich scheme. Get rich scheme.
Get rich scheme.
Yeah, that's what it is. A scheme.
And there's one thing you always say, like you always throw in. You always be like, we're making hip hop fun again."
I'm trying. We're trying, right? We're trying.
I love that. That's how it should be. Okay. Final question of the not so rapid fire questions, the slow as hell questions. If you want to do it for individually, if you want to do it for the hip hop advocates, the question is, what will be your legacy?
The advocates, legacy. We are kids and just fucking admire what we did and hopefully take it beyond what we ever did with it. If this is what they want to do.
And the legacy. I mean, let's bringing it back to having fun, right? Like, bringing it back to the essence, to the realness.
Yeah. The elements.
The elements. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing I could say, man. We want people to really look at us and see, like, these people really love what they was doing. They really enjoyed doing it for real. Like, it wasn't about nothing more than just the culture and the love for it.
I would say, I wrote this is a bar. Leave behind a legacy, something for my son to see. Support his dreams and whatever it is that he want to be. So just basically having our children build off what we built already.
Yeah.
Just keep going up from there.
If this is what they want to do.
Erupt.
So,
I love that. I love that.
Now my son asked me the other day, how do you rap battle? And I'm like, oh no, don't get into it.
But if your kids are into it, you guys support them.
Hell yeah.
Like if they want to take the torch and keep it going, you guys are there. So muchísimas gracias, guys. I really love what you guys are doing. Keeping it alive, keeping like hip hop fun. Providing a platform for others in the scene, keeping that conversation alive, asking the right questions, your top 5. And, I like your little segment where you recite their lyrics back to them. They have to like figure out, just kind of like, keep it fresh, keep it tight and stuff like that. And you guys, you could tell you guys are having fun. What is usually the drink of choice for each of you guys when you guys record? Does it change up?
Johnny Black.
Johnny Black.
Johnny. Yo, Johnny.
On a good day when my man Incredible come around is blue.
Yes, Johnny Blue.
Johnny Black on the reg, special occasions, Johnny Blue. Got it.
And a big shout out to you because since day one, you've been reaching out, putting us on to different hip hop, and you even you put us on to a few of your peoples who also do music. So shout out to you. We did not forget that. We checked them out, and thank you, man. You don't have to do that.
Definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, we're hip hop. Like it brings people together from, we're on different coasts. We could be in other parts of the world. And that's what I've always loved. I always say music saved my life, but hip hop really saved my life. Like everything I have in my life is because of hip hop. So when I see people that are doing it well, giving platforms, sharing, showcasing, practicing what they preach. Like not only do you have a show about hip hop, you guys practice that shit. You guys create music. You guys put shit out. You guys are in the trenches and you guys are, I love to see you guys win because, a win for you is a win for me. It's a win for hip hop.
It is.
You know what I started on? I'm not going to Figz.
No, I was going to say, damn, just because we're from the East Coast, we're kind of biased with the no skip albums. I was thinking, there were 2 East Coast, West Coast albums that had no skips, The Chronic and Doggy Style.
It. Yes. Yeah, those are classics for sure. For sure. Well, muchísimas gracias, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll have all the links to all of them, to all of their stuff. To their videos, their tracks, you could listen to them if you can't watch them, but I suggest you watch them because they're not only hilarious, it adds an extra level of hilarity when you watch them because they're entertaining to just the faces, like the nonverbals between you guys. You don't get that when you just listen to it. I mean, you guys are funny as fuck when I heard you. The Susan Montero is like classic for days.
Susan Montero.
Always. I told everybody and their mother about that. I was like, I took a snippet of that clip and texted it to my homies. Like it was so good. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'm excited to see what you guys have, coming up. And you always count on me. I'm always here to support you guys.
Likewise.
That's a lot of love for me. Thank you. If you ever in NY,
we're hanging out. We're hanging out. It's hardcore.
Heart of Queens Studio. We are here in Whitestone, Queens. So you're in your house. In the words of my man Figz.
Yes, and vice versa. If you guys are ever on the West Coast, let me know. If I can't be in the city you're in, I got Rex for days, comida, música, whatever. And people to link you guys. I love connecting people. That's like my favorite thing to do. So let's keep it moving. Muchísimas gracias.
Hip hop is the religion.
For real. It's not a get rich quick scheme, you heard?
It's like being a Catholic, it's like being a Muslim, it's like being a Buddhist. If you're hip hop, that's the religion that we live by.
That's right. No fair weather hip hop fans here. We're always till the day that I die is hip hop all day. Yeah. All right. Gracias, guys. And now introducing
the Supernatural Bear Corner.
Hello,
Supernatural
this is
Bear.
coming to you live, and we need a new intro, or new lines for the intro. So this episode of the S&B Corner is about what hip-hop means to me. I wouldn't exist if hip-hop didn't exist, because a bunch of stuff happened, and that's how my dad met my mom, and without that meeting, that would mean that I wouldn't exist. So, yeah, I essentially owe hip-hop my life. Thankfully, I don't have to owe hip-hop my life, because I'm alive and well, but because of hip-hop, I am here today, and this podcast is also here today. Yeah. So yeah, that it means a bunch more things. I've been growing up with hip hop. I grew up with hip hop and continue to do so to this day. So yeah. Let's hit that outro. Wait, we don't have an outro. Okay. See you guys soon. Stay safe.
Shibby-doos. Yeah. There you have it, folks. Episode 104 of Word to Your Mom with the Hip Hop Advocates. How fun were they? Making hip hop fun again. When I tell you that I really honestly still think about Jesus and Montero all the time. I forgot exactly how he said it. I was dying. And I can't wait for Kano's ass to hear this episode, because what all those things that they were saying when I asked the question if they knew the Gap houses and they were naming areas and stuff like that, like I have a feeling he was listening, or anyone from Queens is listening, going like, oh yeah, da 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 da. So anyways, excuse me. Of course, as always, we're going to have the links to everything we mentioned. We have the links to their podcast, link to their EP, a link to Kano's episode, and links to their songs, their favorite songs. And then definitely we're going to have a link to the playlist, as always, per usual. And, just want to say we're coming on this is November. We're coming on December. We're closing out the year. So, muchísimas gracias for all the support. You know, all the many ways you can support. You can become a patron via Patreon. You can buy us a whiskey buy us a coffee. You can buy something from the store. We got enamel pens. We got DIY prints. We got shirts. We got it all. And then also, leave us a review. You leave us a review. We read it, if I remember to check them. And then if it's free, it's me. So what you can do always, and this helps out significantly, is spread the word. So you tell your folks, tell your peeps, tell your friends. Por favor. And as always, we reap. Word to Your Mama is owned and produced by Ritzy P. Intro beat produced by Nico Beats. If you want to know more, you want to email us, you want to get the media kit, go head over to wordtoyourmama.com. Word to Your Mama is now part of the Latina Podcasters Network. And as always, Word to Your Mama is brought to you by RitzPeriwinkle.com.